Hi everyone, welcome to Creative Stampin' Designs. My name is Karen. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Central New Jersey, and I'm here to make a card with you. I'm just going to check and see if I want to make sure I'm live in the right place. Yep, I am. Okay. Just give everyone a second to hop on. Actually, it looks like I'm fairly straight today. Every week I go through this. I think I'm straight and I'm crooked, or I don't know. Anyway. Hi Rosie, thanks for joining. We're going to make a fun fold card today. And the design is actually from Rosie. And I realized after she sent me pictures, hi Karen, thanks for joining. After she sent me some ideas of a card, because I was having that typical crafter's block, that I have done this before. It's just been a while. So, we're going to use the Daffodil Daydream set and the sentiments from the Timeless Tulips. I actually like the font from this one. That's why I picked the sentiment from this. So, I'm going to get started. Before I get started, I just wanted to remind everybody about the Altogether suite or collection that's available right now. It is the stamp set and dies or bundle. These will be available in the 2022-2023 annual catalog. There's black and white DSP. It's 6x6 DSP, and I believe the DSP is only available until May 2nd. I'm pretty sure. And then the Stampin' Blends markers, those will be new colors that are added to the Stampin' Blends collection. Okay, so this is available now for purchase until May 2nd, and then the stamp set will be in, I believe it's going to be in the 2022-2023 catalog. I really should check that though, just to be 100% sure. And Jamie or Amy aren't here, so I can't ask them. The other thing is Waves of the Ocean collection. This is available just to demonstrators right now. Hi, Barbara. Thanks for joining. And it will be available for purchase starting March 1st until May 2nd. The stamp set and the dies will be definitely carried over to the annual 2022-2023 annual catalog. The Waves of the Ocean, the blue foil, and the Rhinestone Waves Basic Jewels, those are only while supplies last. Hi Jillian, thanks for joining. Those are only while supplies last, so if coming March 1st, if you really like them, I would grab them. The paper is absolutely gorgeous. I did do a card last week with that. If you do go on my blog, I did put together a joining collection. For $99, it was this whole collection. Plus, I added 2 packs of paper, a stamp pad, a Stampin' Seal, and I think that was all. And then, right now, the joining special, you get 2 additional stamp sets of your choice. So I had added Friends Are Like Seashells and Seize the Day. I had added those 2. So it came out to $174 of product that you get for $99, and it ships for free. Stampin' Up! Includes catalogs and a past paper pumpkin kit and some other supplies in the kit. And then you get after that, you get your 20% discount on anything you order. So it's a great deal. And don't forget Stampin' Up. We're only on with Stampin' Up for one more month. No, not even. I'm sorry, a week and a half. Wow, that went flying by. So for a week and a half, we still can get your free items from Sale-a-bration. So if there's anything you really wanted, now is the time to grab it. And one of the items I'm using today is a piece of the DSP from it. This is the Daffodil Afternoon. There's Pear Pizzazz Hearts with Very Vanilla, and then this Evening Evergreen. I think it's Pear Pizzazz, Mint Macaron, and Pale Papaya on the other side. So this is the cardstock we're using today. Or not the cardstock, the DSP. Sorry. It started out, it's 5.5 by 12. I did not score it yet. I'm going to score, I hope I can get this all in the camera. Okay. We're going to score it at 2 inches. Oh, I got to pull out my arm. All right, so we're going to score it at 2, oops, my cutting blade out of there. How many of you have done that? 2 inches, 4 inches. I've done that more times than I want to admit, that I've used the cutting blade instead of the scoring and had to start all over. So I scored it at 2 inches, 4 inches. I'm scoring it at 8 inches and 10 inches. And it's very hard to see. I'm really sorry. It's very hard to see the score lines, no matter how I try. I don't know. I can't even get. Just trust me. It's 2, 4, 8, and 10. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to mark from the 5.5 inch side. I'm going to do it on my grid paper. You don't know how much of this you could see. Let me see if I can push my grid paper up a little bit so you could see it. I love this grid paper. It does all the measuring for me. I don't have to pull out my ruler. I am going to mark it at the 2 inch mark. And I'm just putting a tiny little pencil mark. All right? Then I'm going to flip it over. And you want to do the same thing from the bottom. Okay, you want to mark it at the 2 inch mark. So I just put it there. So I have 2 inches here, 2 inches there. I'm going to pull this back now. All right, now we're going to get out my my trimmer again. I did it twice last week. As soon as I've done it so many times, Karen, and I cringe because I know you exactly what you said, the sound. Okay, we're going to put this in and put the little tick mark that you can barely see. It's right there. You can just about see it, but I could see it. I know where it is. So we're going to put that at the 2 inch mark, and then we're going to, no, I can't see the score line. We're going to go to the 4 inch or the 8 inch, whichever side you're working from. So to that score line, I'm going to line it up, and we are going to cut. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to go from the tick mark to, we'll just say the second score line on that side. So it's, like I said, it's 2 inches in, and then this was the 8 inch one. So no matter which way you flip it, it's 2 inches and 8 inches, 2 inches from either side. Okay. Now we're done with, I think we're done with the scoring. So we are going to fold this on the score lines. Oh, I didn't get my bone folder out, didn't get my scissors out. Score that, and then fold this out, and we're going to do the same thing here. Fold this in, Whoops. We're going to fold that out. So that's your card. Now I am going to put it on a piece of cardstock because this is very thin. Right. Then we are going to take these two pieces that we cut. I'm not going to throw them away. And we are going to fold them just like this. And we're going to glue them on the bottom here. So then we have the other pattern when you open it. Don't want to waste it. I expect to see this one made, Jillian. This is a nice easy one for you. If you have the DSP. That's the only problem, is if you have to have the DSP. But you could use any pattern DSP. Alright, so I'm actually going to fold this, make it a little easier on me. Just put it right like that. Whoops, not like that. Put this right on the bottom. Oh my goodness, it's not going where I want it to this week. All right, that should be okay. I have a little eraser. Actually, there's a piece of paper towel. Let me wipe most of it. And then I have a glue eraser that Stampin' Up used to carry, and they don't carry anymore. All right, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to open it up this time. It's a lot easier that way. Luckily, this design, I kept flipping it each way. And it doesn't, I don't think it really has a direction of up and down. Because there's pieces going up, there's pieces coming down, so that's your best bet, is if you don't have a directional one, in order to do this, there we go. That one went on a lot easier. There we go. Okay. So there you have it. Now we just have to decorate a little bit. Ugh. Get the glue off my hand. All right, now I did do some things ahead of time. I had cut out, because I wanted to put the daffodil, actually like this, coming out from behind. So I wanted one on each side. So I put one of them together already. I might have to trim it up a little bit. But I want to I left one so you could see how to make it. Oh, because there's all these pieces. And all this glue on my hand. Oh, sorry. My hands are covered in glue. And I am going to get my silicone mat out so I don't end up with glue all over my paper. Okay. All we're going to do, all I did with this is I just put a little bit of glue just in the center. Hope I get it the right way the first time. Just glue that on. Hi, Renice. Thanks for joining. Hi, Jamie. Thanks, Jamie. I didn't have my little helper tell me what color to wear this week. I had to figure that one out on my own. Okay. So those two pieces go like that, and then this one I'm going to get my tweezers out, because this one I know I will stick my fingers in the glue. I'm only looking up occasionally at comments, so if you did leave a comment, I will go back and respond. And I use the liquid glue because then once I get it on, I can move it around a little bit if I have to. Oh, glue everywhere. Okay, and then I cut out 2 of the leaves. One goes one way, one goes the other. And the stem of the daffodil. And we're just going to use a little bit of glue on the bottom there. Make sure I have these the right way. Glue one that way. Oops. Put the other one, this one goes this way. I used to have a whole daffodil garden, and my bulbs disappeared. I think we have little furry friends that hop around in the middle of the night. Well, thank you, Renice. I appreciate that. All right, now we're going to glue these 2 together. Just like that. Hold it for a second. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to start having some kind of a wipe here to use with my, when I use liquid glue. I'm making a mess this week. All right. And then I'm going to adhere the daffodil head with a Stampin' Dimensional so that it kind of pops up a little bit. And we're just going to put it, I don't think there's any, just going to put it right like that. Now this one, I adhered like this. This one I want to face that way so that I can put it on the other side. So I'm just going to put, again, a little bit of glue. I may have to trim the bottom a little. This one, whoops, just like that. Give it a second. Okay, I'm just going to set, I'm going to leave both of these, I'm going to set them on the side while I do the inside. Try not to use liquid glue. Okay. I have a piece of Pear Pizzazz cut to 3 7/8 by 3 7/8, and a piece of Very Vanilla that is cut to 3 1/4 by, 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. The measurements will all be on my blog on Friday, creativestampindesigns.com. Have the measurements, a link to the video, so you can make the card. Watch the video, you can pause the video. All right, and we are going to stamp it with What a Beautiful Difference One Single Life Makes. I love that sentiment. We're going to use my Evening Evergreen, which I love. The only problem is, I think I've said this at multiple videos, it's this time of year, my stamp pads are drying out. And I don't want to ink them because I know as soon as it starts getting a little warmer and the humidity picks up a little bit, they're going to be extra juicy and I'm going to make another mess. So we're going to stamp that right about there. And we're going to hope we got it straight. That looks pretty straight. All right, and then, because I always have to do the inside, I can't leave it empty. I am going to stamp the single daffodil image from Daffodil Daydream in Pale Papaya, but I'm stamping it off once, so then we're just going to get, you barely see it, but it's there. I can see it. And then I have the splatter image that I'm doing in Pear Pizzazz. Sorry, I had to think of what color it was. And again, I'm stamping off just to give it a little decoration. I'm going to adhere this to, as soon as it dries. Uh-oh, I'm seeing red on my Stampin' Seal. Well, hopefully I won't. I did. I ran out. Luckily I have another one ready. There we go. Put this right in the center. And then I'm just going to use, I'm using, you know what, before I glue it in, that was, make sure, I know it fits, but I forgot to, okay, so you're going to see just a little bit of the top. That's okay, though. Actually, you won't, because that's where I'm putting the other sentiment. So we're going to put this right to the bottom. Right like that. Okay. All right. And I am going to, I have already cut, I wasn't sure which one. Pear Pizzazz or Very Vanilla. I wasn't sure which one. It's just going to go on the backing. So I guess I'll do the, and it's cut at 4 by 5.5. I think we'll do the Very Vanilla. And again, I'm doing this with liquid glue because I need this to stay. Not that the Stampin' Seal doesn't hold well, but the liquid glue holds that little bit better, and it gives me a little wiggle room. Now, I did stamp and cut the sentiment already. I stamped, the sentiment is from Daffodil Daydream, and I cut it out using the Painted Labels dies. Painted Label? Hold on, I want to double check. Yep, my Painted Labels dies. These here, sometimes you forget about some things. These are a mess. You can tell I've used them a lot. So I used this die, this one here, from the Painted Labels, to cut it out. I was going through all different dies, trying to pick one that I liked. And we're just going to adhere this right here, but we're only going to put adhesive on the one side. All right, but before we do that, I lost my daffodils. We're going to kind of put our 2 daffodils, and like I said, I might have to, no, I'm not going to have to trim them. They're good. We're going to, and I'm just going to adhere them in with some liquid glue. Maybe. This card, I didn't use much when it came to dimensionals, only because if I do it on the dimensionals on the inside, they're gonna make the outside. I'm just putting dots of glue so that it holds. I really, really need my, okay, I didn't put any on that one. So we're gonna put this right down here. Like, whoops, gotta get that in a little bit. There we go. Like that. put the other one on the other side, same way. And I'm just, you don't need a lot. Just want it to hold in place. Hold this from the top. There's no glue at the top. Got to get that in enough, but we want to make it so that, there. Okay, that's a little too close. Hold on. That was closer than I planned it to be. Luckily, this can lift up and move still. The advantage of liquid glue. That's all over my fingers, but all right. We're going to put this on with dimensionals, and we're going to put it right like that. And we're going to, I think I'm going to put the dimensionals on the bottom. Oh my goodness. I'm actually going to put them on here, because that's where, so I could see where I'm. We're going to go like this so I can see how far down to go. We're going to put 3, and that should hold it. You don't want to put it on both sides, or else you're not going to be able to open the card. That like that. And we're going to put, and you can always sneak another one in if you really need it, if you have them in the wrong spot. Get that leaf underneath. And there you go. Fairly simple. Do the envelope real quick. Hi Debbie, thanks for joining. All right, we're going to put a little piece of the DSP on the envelope. Right like that. Whoops. I wanted to move it up a little bit, not too much though. Sorry if I'm shaking the camera. And you know what, well, I'm going to give that a second to dry. I'm going to stamp the daffodil on the front in the pale papaya. This time I'm not going to stamp it off. It's the front of the envelope and we want it to show a little bit more. And I do have a little bit of bling to put on it. All right, we're just going to put a little bit of little splatter marks. Just a little. That's good enough. All right, we'll trim this up. And I've showed you this before, that if you don't have piece that's 2 1/4 inches, which I did not, we can fix it. You just cut the envelope down that little bit. It's not even 1/4 inch you're cutting off the envelope, because there's plenty of adhesive. And you got your envelope covered, and unless you're watching, nobody will know I did that. Okay, let's put the little bit of bling on the sentiment and we'll be done. And I have the, if I can get it open, I should have these open already. the 2021 to 2023 in color jewels. And I wanted to use the Evening Evergreen, and of course, I have two of them here. Put one there. I wanted the smaller ones. I've gone through a few packs of these. Just want to also remind everybody that the in colors from 2020 to 2022 will be retiring with the new catalog. So those are the Bumblebee, Cinnamon Cider, Just Jade, Magenta Madness, and Misty Moonlight. So if those are colors that you really like, now's a perfect time to stock up on them before supplies get low, when everybody starts grabbing them. But those will be retiring, and we'll get a whole new set of in colors starting in May? June? May, I think it is, when the new catalog comes out. There you go. So there's just a Mother's Day card. I figured I might as well get started with something. Could have done Easter, but we did Mother's Day. So I have one Mother's Day card done. All right. It's a fairly simple fold, and then you just decorate it how you want. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining. If you have any questions, you can either leave them in the comments or email me at creativestampindesigns@gmail.com. I will go through, if there was anything in the comments, I do go through and answer anything, and I will get back to you as quickly as I can. Again, all the measurements, everything will be on my blog on Friday, creativestampindesigns.com. All the measurements will be there, and a link to the video so you can stamp and create at the same time. All right? Thank you, everyone, for joining, and I hope to see you next week. Bye.